All right, welcome to Love Us Anyway. And I am here with the amazing April and the dynamic Donna Ray. Love y'all so much. And I'm Fantasia. And we're just we're connecting a little bit. And today we are talking about people pleasing. Yeah, so just letting that settle in for a minute and just hmm, the nature of people pleasing and the behaviors behind it, and um, how sometimes people pleasing disrupts our personal growth. And it's probably a space that we want to break free from if that's you. And I know that's been me once upon a time. And so, Donna, April, how about you?
I'm going to start with you, April. How would you define people pleasing?
Hmm.
When I think about people pleasing, and it wasn't until the past couple of years that I realized it was actually a way to protect myself. Um, People pleasing very much has been for me a skill that I've learned through time to almost protect this sense of safety and belonging in communities where I felt that I was somewhat marginalized or had to prove my position within.
Hmm.
So I became overly attuned and tracking what folks would be expecting of me and would please them, not from a place of even wanting to do right by them, but in a form to like cloak myself in enough self-protection, because to not please those around me may mean that I would be threatened or unsafe.
Hmm.
So people pleasing is not just like this act of bubbly kindness. Um, it is like a deeply embedded form of self-protection for me. Um, and I think part of that disruption of people pleasing has been on the other side to find peoples and communities and spaces where I do feel safe in being my authentic self that invites um, a diversity of opinions and ways of being. And then I can take that strength into other places and not perpetuate pleasing others to feel safe. But
Hmm.
it takes time.
People pleasing for me is so I can stay, so I can be in relationship with this person. Um, I have always been told, "Oh, you're a good person. You're a good person," and that translated to me to kind of almost turn myself inside out to make sure that other person is getting what they need or want or desire, and not even considering myself in that relationship. And it has been extremely painful to be in people pleasing. And so the disruption for me is just like, what, Donna, what do you want? Saying it to
Hmm.
myself, Donna, what do you want? And then whatever my response is, then being okay with it. So putting myself first.
Yeah. For me, um, yeah, I guess once upon a time it was the space of not being able to say no, and um neglecting my own wants, needs, desires to make sure that the people that were around me were taken care of and that they got what they needed. And so that sense of like prioritizing other people and their desires over my own. That's what people pleasing is for me. And that was a space that I was in until I recognized what it was, um, that I was doing and how it was affecting me. Yeah. I guess in what ways have and or what areas, other areas has it really affected you all, and or yeah, why would we say to the people like love me anyway, But then how is it necessary to break free from, or why is it necessary to break free from this act of people pleasing?
Mm.
I just looking back, some of the people that I was in relationship with weren't my people. And if that was, we didn't have anything in common, we didn't have the same goals. And me wanting so much to be in relationship with someone, I sacrificed. If that was going, to certain places, eating certain foods. So the whole time, though I didn't recognize it, right? Like I could have a headache or be sweaty or lying, right? So there's things that I'm doing in order just to be there with those people. So, like, how is that showing up for you? And I'm talking about our audience. What are the bodily sensations that may be telling you, cluing you in that you're people pleasing?
Yeah, what I'm hearing you say is, yeah, too much of it affects our own, development. And it can lead to some compromising decisions that aren't necessarily like us or like what we want. It can really take a toll on what we want to pursue and our goals, our passions, in fear of disappointing people, disappointing other people other than ourselves. And I know for me, in order to break free from that sense of, or disrupt it in a way, I had to really increase my self-awareness and lean into healthier relationships. And just, yeah, I guess that sense of also setting some boundaries too. And I guess we're going to talk about boundaries in another podcast, but just kind of breaking free from those holds in a sense.
It's interesting, the sharing about people pleasing. If I am really like honest and trace the impact people pleasing has had on me, um, it's led me into some pretty dark places. I think about my history with addiction. I think about relationships that I found myself in. And like as we've been sharing on this, I realized that my compulsion around people pleasing has silenced my narrative around I need help and I'm not okay. It's really, when I think about love us anyway, when I think about when I love others or when others love me, there's this feeling of I will celebrate you when things are going well, but I will raise you up and hold you when things aren't going so well. And my people pleasing has prohibited me so much throughout my life from letting those around me know bravely and authentically, I'm not okay, not doing all right, not in a safe situation. And instead of reaching for people who could love me, I reached for so many unhealthy coping mechanisms to numb myself out enough to just get by. And so I think that's another thing I would pose lovingly to those who are listening is your compulsion around people pleasing or your pull towards it putting a boundary between you and the support and resources you deserve and need to be healthy and well and connected. And those things that you may judge yourself for, those habits that you may have judgment around, perhaps there's something deeper there around people pleasing that is inviting a little bit of a deeper dive into. Yeah, that's something that I'm thinking about now too. Because if you really get into people pleasing and you feel like you have to be a certain way for people, one, that's impossible to please everyone. But two, it could lead you into some interesting and unhealthy coping strategies that might have some consequences down the line.
Yeah.
This is a wound that I'm really wanting to take care of. So this is a topic that I could just continue to talk about. So disrupting people pleasing is it could be a topic to delve deeper into.
Absolutely. So, we can always come back to this topic and expand on it a bit more. But even before we cut ways, I believe just even offering some strategies to help overcome people pleasing, if that's you. If you are out there and you're like, you know what, I think I might be a people pleaser and it may be hindering me in some way. Maybe some things that you can try on are learning to say no without feeling guilty about it, possibly setting some boundaries and having some actionable steps for maintaining those personal boundaries that you set. And then also some self-reflection. Like even how listening to the both of you, it's like, okay, well, I had to kind of step back and reflect on my true values, my authenticity, right? My priorities, those dark places. And then if at all and necessary, seek professional help too, therapy, coaching, to address any deep-rooted patterns. Yeah, so there's always ways to overcome it. We're still working through it and healing. And, we appreciate having the time to at least open up the door for what people pleasing, how it presents itself. And hopefully what we've offered today was supportive. So until next time, thank you, Donna Ray. Thank you, April, so much. We'll connect with y'all later on Love Us Anyway, as we do you.